Hey guys, this is CyberKnight 8610. As you can tell, I just got done with how to get a duel started. And I'm going right into the ban list, since I'm trying to go through all this how to play Yugioh stuff so we can get some new players in as soon as possible. There are two types of ban lists. Alright, there is the advanced and there's traditional. Yeah, for some reason I couldn't say that. Traditional is, not as advanced, I guess, just plain and simple. Most tournaments are going to use the advanced list. Traditional, you will barely see if you will at all. It's mostly for fun. I think there's a few tournaments here and there, but most of the time, world tournaments and stuff will be advanced. And the big difference, really, is that traditional, nothing is banned. So you can use every card in the game. I think all the banned cards, though, you can only use one of each of them. So they're basically sent to limited. So you can only use one of each. And advanced, we have cards that you cannot use in a duel at all. You can't have even one of them in your deck, extra deck, anything like that. Side deck, doesn't matter. Different things like that. So, yeah. A ban list, you can find your ban list, of course, at the Yugioh official website. I will try to remember to have a link to that in the description, of course, down there. Let's see, where is it? There. I have the camera, so it's such a weird angle. And it will be listed sort of like this. You'll find a table. It'll be a dark website. I kind of printed off the website best I could. And it'll be just tables like this. And they'll always tell you, what's limited. Limited means you can only use one. Semi-limited, you can only use two. Banned, you can't use any. And it will also tell you here on the sides that if it was new to the list, if it was semi-limited before, it was forbidden, but now it's limited to one. Different things like that. And that's just how the ban list works. You follow the rules on there, you'll do great. If you don't, and you're in a big tournament, you'll get kicked out of the tournament. Just plain and simple, really. And it's pretty simple concept to understand. Ban lists change, I believe it's every September and March, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's every September and March we get a new list. So things change, of course. That means different decks that most people run will, not be as easy to use anymore. So, for example, Synchro Cat was a big deck probably a year ago, I think. I don't know, it seems like it's been a long time. About a year ago. And now you couldn't use that deck because Rescue Cat is now banned. So that whole deck is now unusable, and it was like the #1 deck, won the Shonen Jump tournaments, all this stuff, it was taking everything by storm. And, that's just a big thing. It always the ban list is always there to mix things up. Usually it's there to make things that are unfair, fair, and different things like that. That's the reason they have it. Because there's a lot of cards in here that really shouldn't have been made, because they are really unfair, and that's why they're pretty much banned. Like, even in the Merrick structure deck, we got 2 cards out of there that were brand new, but both were instantly banned because they were so crazy, It's like, why do you even... In my opinion, it's like, why do you make them, if they're going to be banned instantly? But I guess you can use them in traditional. So, I guess there is a little bit of a reason, and for collectors' sakes, or like the God cards, you can't use the, the different colored God cards. But yeah, that's basically it. The only thing you probably won't find on a ban list is God cards. Some people might say, well, it's not the ban list, so I can use it. No, you can't. It officially says on the cards at the bottom that you cannot be used in a duel. So I was thinking I better clear that up at the beginning. Of course, you don't use any fakes, and we went over how to spot a fake, of course. I have 2 videos, actually, on that, it seems like. So, it's mainly a common sense thing. Just follow the list, and you'll do fine. Usually, whenever you go into a tournament, they will have a piece of paper where you write down every card in your deck, extra deck, side deck, and all, and then they will go over it and make sure that you follow the ban list, everything's like that. And, yeah, more than likely, if you don't follow the list, you're going to get kicked out. Like I said, just make sure to read over everything. Just be really, really careful, of course, in a tournament. They might cut you some slack and let you change up the deck real quick or something before you enter. Different things like that, but if you enter the tournament and you have a ban run, I do believe they won't cut you any slack, and you will be kicked out automatically, especially in a big one. They'll be like, of course, if you're in a big tournament, you'll know the rules. So yeah, a lot of rambling, I guess, but I think that pretty much covers the ban list. So if you have any questions at all, please leave that in the comments, of course. Please subscribe, like I said, it's basically, like most things, a common sense thing. Just read over it, make sure you don't have any of the banned cards, and it depends on what kind of tournaments you're entering. If you're entering the advanced tournaments, of course, watch out for those banned cards. And stay updated. Make sure to check that list every time before you go to a tournament and double check everything. Because it's hard to remember that list. I know I always have a hard time with it, so I always kind of double check when I'm building a new deck or updating one. So be sure to do that. And if you're going for traditional, though, you have a little less to worry about, but still be sure to check over that. Alright, and I think that's everything. Like I said, please subscribe. Any questions and comments, and yeah, that's all. Hopefully this helped you out, and bye YouTube.